Hi everybody, it's Jakub again, and this is the second example from today's problem set about remainders. And now we are asking what is the remainder of 11 to 2020 in division by 3, which is just a question about remainders specifically. We know we can replace numbers with remainders in products when calculating remainders, right? So how does it relate to the problem? Well, 11 to 2020 is just the product of 11 with itself 2020 times, okay? So we can replace each of these 11s, right, by its remainder in division by 3. But what is it? Well, 11 is equal to 3 times 3 plus 2, so we can replace 11 with a 2 in this product, right? So each of those 11s becomes a 2, right? So we can write, instead of 11 to 2020, we can write 2 to 2020, right? And then the remainder of this will be the same as the remainder of this. So maybe it will be a bit easier to calculate this number than to calculate this number, right? But this number is still very big. It's still a huge number. It's still a huge number. So maybe it's not as useful as you would like it to be. It's not very helpful. We need to find another way to do it. All right, let's try again. We know that this is 11 of 2020 is 11 times 11. But remainders, here's an idea. Remainders don't have to be positive, right? You don't have to be positive. We need to change the way of we think about remainders, right? Because they say it's what remains, right? But we don't have to think about it as what remains. We can say, instead of how much is left after division by 3, we can ask how much more do I need for the number to be a multiple of 3. So what I mean by that is 11, for example, is 4 times 3 minus 1. So 12 minus 1 is 11. So instead of replacing 11 by 2, we can replace it by minus 1. Okay? Minus 1. And if you do that, then 11 to 2020 becomes minus 1 to 2020. And minus 1 to the squared is just 1. So what we have is 1 to, 1010, which is 1, right? So by using a negative remainder, we just simplified the problem to the point when it just becomes obvious. It just becomes super easy. We just need to raise minus 1 to an even number, which must be 1, right? So again, it can be anything. Like we can really calculating the remainder. You don't even need to take the remainder that is like between 0 and 3. You can take anything that has the same remainder, and everything will still work, right? So in this case, it is useful to take the negative one. Sometimes it will be more useful to take the negative one. Ones, minus ones, twos, minus twos are very useful. Generally, the smaller it is, especially if you're multiplying it, it's the easiest, right? If you have a minus, if you have a product specifically of two numbers, maybe the minus just goes away. Like minus times minus is plus, so it might just go away. So yeah, so this example. We can just write 1, and that's the answer. So see you in example number 3.